The simplest problem-solving framework is actually the most powerful, and yet most leaders ignore it. In this video, I'll share a powerful framework called GROW that will transform how you solve problems in your team. I'll explain how it works, show you how you can use it, and explain why it's so effective across so many types of situations and challenges. I'll walk you through each step and share some specific questions you can use so that you can put it into practice. While you might know GROW as a coaching framework, it's also a brilliant problem-solving tool. When you implement it, you'll be amazed at how it helps you frame problems better for other people, leading to quicker and more effective solutions. These are stand-out leadership skills that will help you get ahead in your career. To support you as you learn it and put it into practice, I've developed a PDF guide with practical tools, and you can download it using the link below. But first, let's address why most managers' approach to problem solving often backfires. Here's 2 common scenarios my clients have described for me. See if you recognize them. First, a team member comes over to you with an issue that has just arisen to let you know, and you leap into action, giving direction and telling them what to do and sharing advice. And before you know it, you seem to be involved in sorting this out, despite the fact that your diary and to-do list was already totally full. And then scenario 2, you are in a meeting and an issue is raised and the person chairing it asks, "What does everyone think?" That follows a discussion that bounces around the table, but if we're honest, doesn't really go anywhere. And the result is that the problem doesn't really get solved. It may have a few actions attached to it, but on the whole, nobody really knows what you're going to do about it. Familiar? I've both heard and seen these situations so often. You see, the typical response is to jump straight into action mode. You get heavily involved, try to understand everything yourself, and make all the decisions. Instead, there is a better way, and the best leaders do it. What you need to do is think of yourself as a football manager who coaches from the sidelines. They don't play on the field. They stand back, observe, and guide their team. This approach helps you cut through problems more effectively by developing a facilitative and coaching style of leadership. Now, the benefits of this coaching style are significant. By stepping back and guiding conversations, you'll notice more team participation, problems are better understood, and this greater sense of clarity means that you end up with a greater level of understanding and alignment between people. And as a result, increased trust. Your team learns faster and develops greater accountability and confidence, leading to better results and higher engagement. You'll save time as your team becomes more self-sufficient and problems get solved faster. Your stress levels will decrease as you are released from that ongoing pressure of feeling like you need to know the answer to everything. And innovation will flourish as team members feel empowered to share their ideas. You'll be amazed at the ideas that come out when you do this well. Now, this approach is increasingly important for career growth, as senior leadership positions need strong coaching and facilitation skills. And this is where the GROW framework comes in. It's a simple 4-step model that stands for goal, reality, options, and will, all way forward. And you use it to guide the conversation. Your job is to ask the questions, listen to what comes up, make connections, and summarize what's been said before guiding everyone on to the next stage. So when can you use this? Well, the answer is for all manner of issues and challenges that pop up. For example, problem solving, like a sales rep facing challenges with a difficult customer and a complicated negotiation, a team member dealing with resource pressures across several projects. You can use it for resolving team conflict where members need to understand different perspectives and collaboratively develop a solution. For example, 2 team members disagreeing on a technical approach to a project, or conflict between departments over a resource, or you can use it for project planning and execution challenges that require more strategic thinking, resource allocation, and effective timing management. For example, coordinating a product launch across multiple departments, organizing workflow for a new hybrid team structure. And it works brilliantly one-on-one or in a group setting. You can do it in a meeting for small problems on the fly, For bigger, more complex challenges, Grow really is a one-size-fits-all problem-solving model. So let's break down each step so you can see how it fits together and the kind of questions you can ask to guide the conversation. So firstly, goal. The first step is all about establishing the outcomes. Guide the person or the team to define what does success look like. What's the ideal solution to the challenge they face? Questions like, what specific outcome are we trying to achieve here? How will we know when we've successfully solved this problem? What would success look like in measurable terms? What time frame are we working to achieve this? Now, a crucial part of this stage is clarifying the scope, what's in and what's out. And this prevents scope creep, where problems grow arms and legs as more people get involved. Define who's involved, timelines, and the key deliverables upfront. Once you've got this information out, you should summarize it so that it is clear. I find it often helps to have it written down on a flip chart if you're working with a group so that you can refer to it. The next step is reality, and this is where you assess your current situation in relation to that goal. What's the gap? And this is where you gather data and different perspectives. At a high level, you're really asking two types of questions. First, what's helping you achieve the goal? So, for example, what's working well? What strengths can we leverage? And then, secondly, what is hindering you from achieving that goal? So, for example, what are our main challenges and risks? What are the key issues? What's holding us back? Another powerful question you can use to help flush out all the details is the simple, anything else? Your role is to facilitate, not to provide all the answers. So listen, summarize, and help connect the ideas. If you're in a group setting, make sure you involve everyone so that the conversation is not being dominated by those louder voices. In particular, as you look for the connections, consider whether some of these issues are symptoms of a deeper root cause. The 5 whys technique is particularly useful here for getting to the root cause. So simply ask, why might this be? And repeat it up to 5 times to determine if something is a symptom or a deeper root cause. Now explore the multiple possible solutions. The key here is not to jump on the first idea. Spend time thinking about and exploring different approaches. Consider simpler alternatives and perhaps ways to leverage technology or other resources. As a leader, help spot those connections between the ideas and guide the team to see those relationships. Here are some questions you could use when you're exploring options. First, what different approaches could we take to solve this problem? If resources weren't a constraint, what would be the ideal solution? What have others done successfully in similar situations? How could we break this down into smaller, more manageable chunks? What would happen if we approach this from a completely different angle? How could we simplify our plan and achieve the same result? Anything else is again a good question to use here, as it keeps helping to flush out all those options. Finally, will or way forward. This is where you create the action plan. I like to use start, stop, continue. The questions are, what new actions do we need to start? What's working that we should continue? And what should we stop doing? And this helps you make sure that you don't invent plans without considering the choices that are normally involved. This is especially true when looking at budgets and resourcing capacity. Everyone hates confronting stop decisions, but this is prioritization at work, and it is critical to success. The who, what, when questions can help you here. The end result should be a clear, prioritized plan with specific responsibilities and timelines. I recommend starting with simple situations to practice grow and including it as a coaching framework. This will give you confidence in using the framework and finding the questions that work best for you. The PDF guide I've created includes tips and tools and an action plan to help you easily put it into action and master it, and it's linked below. Once you're comfortable with the basics, you can move on to more complex scenarios like team facilitation and leading meetings. If you want to know how to use Grow to have a good coaching conversation, I'd go here next, as in this video I share step-by-step what to do and the specific questions you can use for each stage with your team members. So I'll go there next.